Welcome back to BSides Pittsburgh 2025. We're at the Rivers Casino, and my name is Justin Lieblein. I'm one of the co-hosts of Distilled Security Podcast. I'm joined with me, Conor and Dan, and you guys just had your talk here. So would you mind going over, like, what's the title of it, what you talk about into the audience?
Yeah, absolutely. So this was an interactive session that creates a realistic but mock scenario of negotiating with a cyber threat actor.
Okay.
We do all things incident response related, from containment of the incident, scoping, restoration, recovery, the investigation, and we also happen to be ransom negotiators, right? So when we were designing the talk, we wanted to have something where the audience was going to be able to participate from front to back. So we used a Slido poll, and we had different outcomes based on the messages that everyone in the audience voted for. So some of those we had 150 votes for, really good turnout.
Okay. So was it like choose your own adventure, like negotiating?
Yeah, kind of. I had a big old spreadsheet where, depending on which response the audience voted for, I was scoring each response and also changing the threat actor response based on that. And I also kind of improvised a bit just to make it more fun.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. So you made it kind of a live TV show game and, type of thing. So.
The audience got the second best outcome.
Oh, really? So are you allowed to say what the best outcome was? No paying?
The best. This was unfortunately, fictional, but a victim that had to get a decent payment and stable settlement.
Okay.
So they got slightly re-extorted at the end, but they still managed to get the job done.
Awesome. The best outcome would be the ransomware people paid you.
There we go. That's what we mean. We didn't have to pay, and they went to jail.
That's hilarious. So great. So what was one of the things you wanted people from the audience to come away from listening to this talk here?
Yeah, I thought about that a lot, especially when I was designing it, right? Whenever we work with these clients, we do 300 plus incidents a year specific to even ransomware alone, right? And it is very common that as we're working with these new people, everyone plays a part in the negotiation that you're doing with the threat actor, right? It may be that the client that you're working with is reviewing these messages. They want to make sure that they feel okay with it. They might have a modification based on realistic business sense, or maybe they just don't feel comfortable with it, right? One thing that we always hear is that they relate, or they work with us because we're the experts, and they've never been in this situation before, right? They might have negotiated something. Most oftentimes it doesn't happen to be a ransom. So I wanted to show people what it's like, so that if they ever do find themselves in that really delicate, sensitive decision, that maybe they feel a bit more comfortable in it.
Okay, great. Anything to add, Dan?
I mean, I think Conor put it perfectly. I think it's being in the position where you have to negotiate with an extortionist is something that most people only experience once, if at all, in their professional lives, right? This is what we do every single day. And if you are experiencing it for that first time, it's pretty scary. You feel pretty vulnerable. You don't know what to expect. There's lots you can read online about it, some of which is helpful, some of which might give you the wrong idea about how it's going to go. And so, I think I agree with Conor that the main thing I hoped the audience would get out of it would be to come away feeling like they understand the process a bit better. If it happens to them, it's a little bit more transparent how it might go, why things happen a certain way, and feel a little bit less of that vulnerability in the heat of the moment.
A little bit more demystified on the entire
100%.
process and everything. And I think it would be like, it's an awful negotiating to go into, because you're already on the lower hand of it, coming into it.
A classic thing that people make the mistake of is from the business side, when they're giving input to what our process is, they kind of feel like it might be a barter where you're just trying to get the lowest price,
which is normal business.
Which is normal business negotiations, and it's one of the most relatable aspects of cyber incident response for a business stakeholder, because it's something they can understand. It doesn't involve deep knowledge of computers or networks, but it isn't a barter. It's an extortion scenario where there's true leverage, normally in the hands of a hostile party who's not out there to negotiate with you in good faith necessarily. And that's a very different situation, and usually takes a little bit of a shift in mindset.
Yeah, interesting. Very cool. So moving back a little bit to the conference here, what's some of the things that you guys look forward to with the conference here, either already happened or maybe happening in the future? I don't know if the cookie tray is out yet or not.
Oh yeah, totally. It's just a Pittsburgh tradition at this point, especially for the security community, right? I remember the days back whenever we were at Spirit and we struggled to fill up that venue. So I've dedicated my career to Pittsburgh. I love giving back to the community here, the same community that made me successful. So at this point, it just feels like a holiday, right? You come and you see all your friends, everybody that you've worked with, people that help make you successful. And Pittsburgh as a security community has just grown so much. It like exceeded even my biggest expectations of what I thought it would be over this last 10 years. So just being a part of it, I think, is great.
Yeah. And Dan, is this your first Pittsburgh B-Sides here?
You can probably tell by my accent I'm not from Pittsburgh.
I mean, I don't know if you travel here regularly, you know, type of thing.
Yeah, I'm British, but I moved to the US about a year ago. I live in New York, so my first B-Sides Pittsburgh, not my first B-Sides. I went to B-Sides in London a while back. I would say for me, what's cool about B-Sides versus other conferences that I have to go to with work, for example, they're often, you know, it's quite cyber insurance or legal or very like specific to our day-to-day.
Yeah.
This is more fun for me. People are talking about topics I'm genuinely interested in, and you know, there's people thinking about like cutting edge ways to use new technologies and so on, and sharing their knowledge with others, which, I don't get that many opportunities to go do these days. So I'm very happy to be here. And Pittsburgh is cool as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I remember one conference I went to, it was at ISACA conference, 3,000 people, and the first day it was done, I decided to go to the hotel bar, thinking like there'd be tons of people to mingle and just associate. There's 3 people there. On the 3,000 people, there are 3 people in the bar at like 7. You know, and I'm like, this is so different than a B-Sides or something like that. Like, totally different.
So true. It's just easier to have a conversation at a place like this.
And if there's a bar, you're going to find a lot of people like around that time, you know, to
definitely
hang out. So, all right. Well, thank you, gentlemen, for sitting down with us and everything. And stay tuned. We got one more speaker spotlight, and that should be out soon. Take care.
Thank you.